Hello, guys, and welcome to today's episode of Adulting in Episode with your able host, Oyen. I'm so excited to be here today, and I just wanted to also say thank you so much for everyone who engaged with my video, who helps me share and also interacted with me. I genuinely appreciate every one of you, and I'm so happy to have such a great community of people and just a healthy, support system. Thank you guys so much. So today I'm going to talk about healthy habits, and I feel like I'm very well positioned to talk about this because I just completed a 30-day challenge on Instagram of building healthy habits and having like a very good morning routine. And I feel so excited about this. I put in the work to, get this done. And there are two reasons why I decided to go on this challenge on Instagram. The first reason is that I wanted to actually build healthy habits. And the second reason was I also wanted to consistently post on Instagram because I'm a content creator. Yeah. And then I feel like that was something that I did to be able to mark those two goals together. And the reason for me wanting to create healthy habits was I'm usually a big habits person. I'm a big routine person. I feel like life is way better when you have a routine around your life, and I generally would always recommend for people to have healthy habits. When I was in undergrad, that's when I was in university, I always had like a good structure with my life. I've always struggled waking up, honestly. I'm that person who you're always chasing to wake up. I'm like running. When I was in boarding school, whenever we woke up at 6:30, I would go sleep somewhere else, and my matron would be chasing me around because I just like sleeping. Even when I was at home in the devotion, I always slept. I've always found waking up very hard for me. But other than that, I always had a good structure to my day. When I was in university, I would go to library at the same time. My classes finished at 5, and then from 5 to 7 I'm sleeping. From 7 to 9 I'm studying. I come back home, I sleep, wake up the next day. I did the same thing for like 5 years, and I also had the same exact seat in the library for all those time because I just believe having a structure in life helps me to have one less thing to think about. I know that I'm going to wake up at this. I don't even think about it. I just get up from my nap and just go. My friend is like, "Oh yeah, are you sure you're not like a witch?" Because before my alarm rings, I'm up because my body is just used to having that type of routine. And then these days I find myself asking myself, how was I able to do that, right? So that's me in college. And then even when I went to grad school, I was the same way. Every hour of my day was accounted for. I never had a day where I did not I always wanted to know what I was doing to be sure that I wasn't wasting away or wasting my time. So that's where I know that I've always had healthy habits earlier in life. But the thing with when you are in school and grad school and college is that there is a structure to life. You have to submit your homeworks, you have to be in classes, you have to do this and that. So you kind of have a support to be able to have healthy habits and a structure in life. But when you become an adult, you realize nobody's going to tell you to study after work. Nobody's going to tell you to read more books. Nobody's going to tell you to eat. Nobody's going to tell you to do anything. You have to choose whether you want to take a shower or not. You have to choose whether you want to read any book that year or not. Nobody's going to ask you not to do that. So in 2022 when I started working, that was like my first adult job in America. Not my first adult job in life. I actually had an adult job before, but in my first adult job in America, I kind of was a bit wary of how I wanted to spend my time. So I reached out to one of my friends and I'm like, hey, how do you, my friends that I kind of respected and he was working at the time, I'm like, hey, how do you go about your time management? How do you structure your time and all that? And he told me, oh, he wakes up at 5 a.m, then he studies in the morning, and then he sleeps early and all that. But I know that I cannot wake up at 5. It's just not in my DNA. Maybe it is, but I'd rather not, right? And then when I had that conversation, I'm like, oh, well, I also want to structure my day. So with 2022, I had a super structured day. I woke up, I did my things, I went to work. I work from home, right? So I need that structure. And then when in the evening, I would study for an hour, read my career books for career development. And in the nights, I would read an hour before I went to bed. So I kind of had the structure going for me in 2022. I literally had a super structured life. But again, with adulting, things can easily get away from you. You can start drowning in responsibilities and activities and just being unable to do what you always wanted to do. Then in 2023, that's when things started to take a weird shape. I suddenly could not I just found it hard having a routine. I work from home, my work starts at 9, and then a lot of times I'm up at 8:50 just kind of scrambling around trying to get things to work and trying to move things around. Or I'm just and then when I finish, I'm not even getting up to go to my home office. I'm on my bed, working from my bed. My hip started to hurt me because I was on my bed all the time. Didn't no physical activities, no stretching. Sometimes I wouldn't even eat all day until the night because I'm just like so engrossed in what I'm doing, or just lazing about in bed, or I wouldn't even take a shower all day until the night, just like being just there, just living on bare minimum type of lifestyle. And this even made me start to have like depressive episodes where I would be unable to feel happy. I would just be like sad because because my mood is down. And the reason why my mood is down is because I'm not doing anything to like uplift myself. So I'm like, well, in 2024, I don't want to continue that way. I don't want to be always in bed. I don't want to be not taking a shower in the morning. I don't want to be not doing any physical activities. I want to be healthy. I want to be a healthy all-round adult. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to start a healthy challenge habit, right? And that's how my challenge on Instagram came about. And, when I first started this initially, I was kind of like a bit wary. Oh my God, would I be able to complete it? Would I be able to get it done? How am I gonna like wake up every day at this time? Am I sure I would be able to do it or not? But I also knew that the need to do this was bigger than the fears that I had. So I'm like, well, I'm just gonna give it a shot and I'm gonna try it, right? And then I decided to start trying it. And one thing that helped me a lot in this challenge was reading this book. It's Atomic Habits by James Clear. I read this book first in 2022 with my book club, and then I started reading it again now that I wanted to start my healthy habits. And I'm going to share some of the things that I found interesting and helpful for my habit formation from it. One of the first things I did when I wanted to start waking up early was making a to-do list of the things that I wanted to get done in the morning. So what are the things that I wanted to do but I was not doing before? One of them was waking up early, right? Why am I waking up early? I wanted to pray more. I wanted to read the Bible. I wanted to stretch. I do yoga. I wanted to take a shower. Taking a shower sounds so, why wouldn't you take a shower? But I'm telling you, I did not take a shower until night a lot of days. Taking a shower, eating food, eating breakfast, eating lunch, just being healthy, having time to meditate and listen to my own thoughts before the world starts to chatter and drown who I am. I began to feel like I did not have my own person at this time. So now I'm going to share some things that helped me to build this habit, right? So I'm so happy that I can talk about this right now because I was like really looking forward to it. So according to James Clear, there are 4 laws that we have that can make us either build a good habit or break a bad habit. The first law is make it obvious. So the first law, making it obvious, means that if you want to form a new habit, you need to be sure that your environment has cues on the habits that you want to form. And this, going back to what I just said, making it obvious is number one. You can make a list of the things that you want to do. Write it on a paper, write it somewhere. Be sure that when you wake up, you kind of see this list of the things that you want to do. But this is one way of making your habit obvious. Number 2 is ensuring that your environment has cues around that makes you think of the new habits that you want to form. So say, for example, right, I'm trying to have a habit of reading. In my room, in my living room, in my bathroom, everywhere, I should have like a book just hanging around. And this is because if you're trying to read more, you want your brain to see these cues and say, I should start reading. If you're trying to exercise more, you might want to have like your dumbbells close to your bed, or by somewhere in your bedroom, or by your bedroom door. Just having things around that makes you think about these new habits that you want to form. This is a big part of it because you want your brain to be so infused in the habits that you want to form that it's easy for you to form it. I have a habit, I still have that I read before I go to bed. Every time when you come to my room, there is a book by my bed because I want to read it, and I should have that book seated there. Number 3 is that you want to be able to do what is called saying the things you want to do at a particular time. So say, for example, instead of just thinking, I should go to the gym, you say, I should go to the gym at 6 p.m. at so gym. This would make the action look more real to your brain. You're giving your brain an actionable point and something to actually work with. So this is a big part of making your habits obvious. Let your habit surrounded, have sticky notes everywhere that talk about the things that you want to do. Write it on every place that you can find that talk about, I want to be sure that I'm seeing this habit and I'm making actions to be able to get there. That's the first law. The second one says make it attractive. And what this means is that usually when you're trying to form a new habit, there is that foundational Oh, I have to go to the gym. Oh my God, going to the gym is so excruciating. Oh, reading is so stressful. Why do I have to do it? But I don't want to do it, but I have to because I want to read more. In that way, your brain is associating that new habit you want to form with some level of resistance. Your brain is not loving it, so a lot of times you're not going to want to do it. So how about replacing your I need to or I have to with I get to? So what that looks like for me is that in the morning, right, I know that I always wanted to have quiet time, whether I have to listen to myself talk, whether to just be still, because honestly adulting can get really, really stressful where everything is just happening, people are just happening, things are happening. So for me, the moment I woke up, I told myself I get to have some me time, I get to process my thoughts. And it was so much for me where when it was 9 o'clock ready for me to start work and start communicating with people, I got really scared because I'm like, oh my God, my me time is ending, I want this to last longer. So there is the attractiveness. Now I'm attracted to the fact that I'm waking up early, because waking up early helps me to have me time. Waking up early helps me to connect with my innermost self, and that's something that I enjoyed doing. So instead of saying, oh God, I have to wake up early tomorrow, oh, I have to force myself to wake up early, my brain says, I get to wake up early and spend some time with myself. Number two is also me saying I have to, instead of saying like, oh my God, I have to get all these things done. For example, now in my home, before I used to have a cluttering problem. I'll talk about this later, where I used to have things everywhere. My house was just like disorganized sometimes, and then this used to bother me. When my house is clustered, I cannot think straight, right? So I'm like, okay, in the morning when I wake up early, how about I wash my dishes, whatever dishes in the sink? How about I clean my house? How about I make things in my surrounding look good when I wake up? How about I make my bed? So another thing is that in the stem of me waking up early and having healthy habits, I also get to make my environment look cleaner, make my house look the way I want my house to look. And what this looks like is that now I get to live in a clean home. I get to wake up and clean my house. So now my habit is attractive to me. I'm like super excited to get up and say, oh yes, let me clean my room. Let me make my room habitable. Let me make my space livable. Also, I got to pray when I woke up in the morning. Before, I used to find it really hard praying. I'm like, oh my God, oh yeah, I don't have time to pray. But at the end of the day, I realized I did not have time. It's not as much of time or as much of me putting in the effort to make out time. So now I'm like, oh, I get to pray in the morning. I get to spend time with God. And this is something that is important to me as a Christian. I get to read my Bible and read my devotional and just be connected to God. So now me waking up in the morning and having structure and routine to my morning is now attractive. I get to wake up and dress up and take a shower and use a lip gloss. Like, that's just super attractive to me. I get to get my hair done. I know I like to look good, so waking up early also supports that goal. So with you can think of some things that will be attractive about the habit you're trying to form. If you want to go to the gym, you say, oh, I get to wear this my nice gym wear. I get to like show up and show out while I'm going to the gym. Just making it, instead of saying, oh, I have to read, say, oh my God, I get to learn about a fantastic story today. Oh, I get to have a story that I can share with my friends at lunch. So it's like you making your habits like super attractive as against making them erroneous, like, oh, I have to do this, what a bore, right? That's another one. The third law is make it easy. This means that you want to make your habits the path of least resistance. Your brain ideally would follow paths of least resistance to do actions. That's why a lot of times you just want to stay in bed and press your phone, or stay on your couch and watch TV, because that takes nothing. You're just pressing the remote control and doing things, right? But so when you want to form new habits, you need to think in the same way. What is something that make it easy for you to do it? For example, if I want to get up early in the morning, right, I literally have a lamp by my bedside that I can just stretch and turn on when I want to wake up in the morning. Imagine I sleep with my lights off, right? And then for me to get up, I need to get up from my bed and then walk to go and turn on my light. I probably would just say, oh, that's too much of a problem, I'm just gonna sleep some more, But when I turn on my lamp, I'm like, oh, it's time to get up, just get up, right? The lamp is in my eye, the light is in my eyes, I cannot go back to sleep anyways. So that's me making my new habit easy. Also, if you want to read, the other day I wanted to read at night, and then when I was kind of arranging my things, I picked my book and put it like an arm's length away from me. So like in the night I wanted to read, and this is me that I read a lot, if I do say so myself, right? And then I'm like, oh, I have to get up. It was like about 2 steps from me to go and pick up the book to read. But I was like, oh my God, I'm so lazy. I don't want to get up, because your body doesn't want to stress itself. So if you want to form a new habit, ensure that the new habits are easy. Don't start with complicated things. For example, you want to start reading. You don't read, right? Usually you're not a person that reads, but you want to start reading, and then you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to start by, you put it on your to-do list, read a book. How about you read a page of a book? Just one page. I know it sounds silly. Why would I just read a page? But trust me, that was how I started reading every night before I went to bed in 2022 when I read Atomic Habits. Because it said, don't say I want to start reading. Just say exactly, I want to read one page. So every night I just read one page. And then now I read like chapters when I go to sleep, because my brain already formed that good habit of reading by doing it, taking the simplest action. I think it's called the 2 minutes rule. When you want to start a new habit, do something that start with you just doing it for 2 minutes. You want to start work, you want to run a marathon, don't put on your to-do list, run 10 miles today. I'm going to walk for 10 minutes today. And then just get up and walk. Do it so leisurely. The other day I was talking to somebody, and they went to the gym and spent 2 hours at the gym, right? And they came back. And that was the first time they were going to, New Year, New Me, everybody trying to be different, right? They're like, oh, I just go back from the gym. I spent 2 hours there. I'm like, okay, I'm so tired. I don't even know. I don't know if I can do this work, this fitness thing. This is too hard. That's because you already forced your body into something super, super hard. And that's why I love yoga, because yoga encourages you to do things simply. You don't have to force yourself. You don't have to stress. If everybody can touch their toe and you can only touch your calf, that's okay. Touch your calf for as long as you can. Don't go to the gym trying to touch your toe like everybody else. Those people have been there for years. You've been there one day. Don't overstretch yourself, because overstretching yourself makes your habit hard. Your brain doesn't want to do. Your brain doesn't hate you. It just does not want to do things that are hard. So make your new habits easy and make your bad habits hard. For example, now when I wanted to start waking up early, I bought 3 different alarms. I have 3 different alarms. One is on my phone, one of them is by my bedside. This is loud, jiggly, old manual alarms, and another one is my Alexa. My Alexa is in the bathroom. Usually when I wake up, before I would just wake up and turn off my alarm on my phone, right, and go back to sleep. But now I'll turn off my alarm on my phone, turn off that loud, oh my God, that alarm sound is irritating. I'm going to turn it off, and then I have to get up and go and turn off my Alexa. If not, I would not be able to sleep. It just keeps ringing. That's me making my bad habit, which is me going back to sleep, harder. Because now when I get up, I'm like, well, I'm up. I could as well go and do other things that I want to do. So making your good habits easy and your bad habits hard. So don't overstretch yourself trying to be somebody. I can read a novel at a sitting. I'm not joking with you. I can read a novel, sit down in my bed and read it overnight. Not even overnight, just a couple of hours. If you just started reading and you want to do the same thing, you will most likely not read frequently, because you're not easing your body into it. You need to ease your body into activities and not force things on it. And also, like, even when you want, you live here, you go and pick a gym that is 30 minutes away from you, 45 minutes away. The stress of even going there is already too hard. You pick something simple. Also, have a support system. You can, I want to go to the gym more. Let me go with my friends that I'm already friends with them. So going to the gym with them is easy. So you're making it easier for yourself. You're not really thinking about it. It's like, okay, I'm just going to go with my friends. Another thing is you doing this whole not thinking about the habits you want to make. Habits are defined as, activities or behaviors that it becomes automatic at some point. You don't think about them before you do them. The mornings when I struggle to wake up are mornings when I think about it, like, okay, I'm in bed. And I wake up. It's time to just get up and start doing things. I'm like, okay, wow, I'm waking. What do? I don't even want to be up. Just get up. Don't think about it. The moment you think too much about what you want to do, you're not going to do it. Making it easy is just you making it automatic, and that's when it becomes a habit. Making your habits easy is just you not thinking too much about it. Don't take drastic steps. If you want to be on your phone less, how about you charge your phone in another room when you're going to bed? In this way, it's easy for you to get up and not touch your phone. You're priming, it's what they call you also priming your environment. I want to go to the gym in the morning. Before you sleep, set your gym clothes out. I want to read. Put your book where you can find it. I want to eat healthy. Chop your vegetables in the fridge before you go to sleep. Not that you want to eat healthy and you only have junk in your fridge, and before you can eat healthy, you have to go to the grocery. You have to enter your car, drive to the grocery store, come back, chop your vegetables. Be honest, you're not going to do it because you're already tired. It's too many steps. So between you and your habits and your actions, let there be as few steps as possible. Prime your environment, prime yourself to be able to make sure you do your habits. You're a person that you want to reduce how much you eat, but you're like, oh, I'm going to stay beside food and hold myself tight and not eat it. How about you don't do that to yourself and just make your environment healthy so that it's easy for you to do these habits? If you want to do yoga, just put your yoga mat outside. Just put it. Don't even say I want to do yoga for 30 minutes. Just say, okay, I'm just going to bring out my yoga mat. Then with that first action, it unlocks the avenue for other actions to follow. Then the last one is make it satisfying. I'm going to talk about two of my friends here. One of them has making it satisfying is like you making your habits, like for example, if you have a to-do list and you're checking it off. Like I have a app I use, it's called Habits, right? You kind of write all the things you want to do for that day. Wake up, brush your teeth, take a shower, and you just tick it. You cancel it off of your to-do list. That action is satisfying. Even though when we build habits, right, there is a long-term reason why you do them, but in the short term, right now, you want to be happy. You want to have a reward, like a feeling of, oh, I did a successful habit in that moment, not necessarily in the future. So whatever habits you want to form, try to find an immediate feedback or immediate reward that you get from that. For example, whenever I did my morning routine, my immediate reward was my house was clean. My immediate reward was I get to have videos that I'm going to post on Instagram, because now I already have accountability. With accountability, I don't want to be ashamed. Oh my God, when you said she's going to do a 30 days challenge and she's not doing it. So I kind of have to get up and do it, because it's satisfying that I put something up to myself and I get to do it. That is satisfying for me. So I have a friend who started to do this walking challenge on Instagram. I was following her where she would run every day, and then iWatch rings will be closed out every day. That is satisfying, knowing that long term you're going to lose weight, you're going to be healthier, but short term you get to see your rings close out and your Apple Watch tells you, oh wow, you did a good job, you completed for your rings for today. That is a satisfying activity. So you do it, making habits in such a way that in that moment after you complete your habit, you're happy, you feel joy, you feel relaxed, I did it again today. That's how you want to. So you want to maybe have an app, have a to-do list that you kind of check off, do an activity that satisfies you. I have a friend that has a Bible streak of years, because she reads the Bible every day. She our days streak is so long, and even days when you don't want to read your Bible, you're like, will my streak reduce? Let me go and read my Bible. So that activity of checking something off, I think it's very satisfying, and that's the fourth way. So with the making it, so let me just kind of put it down so that everybody has if you don't take anything from this talk at all, take this, right? Make it easy. Then make it attractive. And we also want to make it easy. I put easy here instead of obvious. And last one is make it satisfying, right? So if nothing at all, if I talked a lot and I was just jabbing, these are the four things you should take from this video: making it obvious, making it easy, making it attractive, and making it satisfying. The first three laws are what will make your habits, what will make you do the actions that your habit requires. But the last one here is what will make you want to continuously do them, because if your habit is not satisfying, then you don't want to do it. So whatever, and also don't try to form different, this is just other points, right? Don't try to build different habits at the same time. You can start by saying, I really fix my morning routine. Don't say I want to fix my morning routine and my night routine at the same time. That's too much change for your brain. That's too much pressure. You can utilize things like habit stacking. What are things I already enjoy doing now? How can I add a new habit to the things I already enjoy doing? Oh, I enjoy drinking coffee. How about I read while I drink coffee? Or I enjoy, watching sports or watching football. How about I watch football at the gym while I'm working out? So my point is kind of stack the things you enjoy doing, combine them with the things that you're trying to do newly, but don't completely change your life, because people that do the whole, I want to completely change my life, you realize you don't end up changing anything because it's just too much pressure, right? So these are the 4 laws that you can pick a habit that you want to change, just one at a time. Don't try to do too many things at the same time. then kind of like go through each of those four and make it like use those four laws to plan how you want your habits to be. And trust me, it's effective. I have done it before. I just did it for 30 days. I used those four laws, and I also have used it before to fix. I have kind of like a standard evening routine that I use this atomic habits to fix as well. So that's what I have for you today. Thank you so much for listening to me. And as I said, long term, you have a habit of you want to be healthier. This that I am in makes me really happy. I'm healthier. I'm at peace. I'm just in a constant state of zen because like my morning starts out right. My head is clear. I'm a better engineer at work. I'm just happier. So that's how you build a good habit. You kind of like arrange your life. We're not building habits because we want to build habits. We're building habits because we want to have a good life. We want to live a life that we feel like we're in control of. And this is the way that I think that can be done. Thank you so much for listening to me again. As usual, I will look forward to your comments, to your responses, and you just engaging with me. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day. It's Oyen again. Bye.